About that, we had some interesting prima donnas going on. We had to get some people under control here as we have the Street Fighters taking on the ECW Originals. As you see, Tommy Dreamer and Ryu, the captains of each team, starting it off. The last match was kind of a debacle, if I'd say so. Abyss was in there with Mr. McMahon. And there was not even a tag made in TNA, just demolished the WWF. As now Guile is in there for the first time against the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, ECW alumni. As Guile finds no one home, and Tommy Dreamer takes the clothesline, gives the clothesline to Guile. You see Bison with the Street Fighters. This is one time where they're going to put their differences aside to show the world, if you would, the Street Fighters are the greatest sports alumni and fighting brands anyway. We've seen that earlier with the Mortals of Combat, as they have Shao Kahn and Raiden on the same team, which is unheard of. So, in that match, unfortunately, took place at a house show, so you guys didn't unfortunately get to see that one, but believe me, it was a great thing. But the good news is that Mortal Kombat has, they actually defeated the NHL to get to the finals, so you're going to get to see the Mortals of Kombat go on in the next round, so we're waiting to find out who goes to the next round. As we see Raven of ECW taking it to Guile on the Street Fighters. There's the Rings of Saturn right there. And Guile gets out real quick. As Raven, quote the Raven, sends Guile to the corner. Oh, no one home. Guile using some speed. Guile sent to the corner again. And there's a Bulldog right there. Raven takes it too. General Guile makes a cover, makes a tag to the captain again. Here comes Ryu. And if you guys don't know or not, but Ryu and Ken won a tournament to win the prestigious Universal Tag Team titles for Dream Masters. And then they're actually the first ones in 2019 to do it. But they're not going to be defending the title tonight due to the fact that they are in this vault right now. As now, the Sandman gets the cover, pin. We all know the good old Sandman, the guy whose entrances were a lot longer than a lot of his matches were, but much love for the ECW brand. It was the first company I fell in love with, first company that actually employed me as a wrestler. So big shout out to those guys. Again, there's no bias here, folks. And a reminder, you guys, we don't play these games. No one is actually competing here. We're just throwing it together and to find out who is the greatest sports group. And these guys are representing ECW. Just because someone else killed it off doesn't mean it's not going in our world. So you'll see a lot of people from the past and present on our show. And that's because we can do that, and you're not going to tell us what we can and can't do for, reality. Because we believe that dreams can come true, and if you dream hard enough, as this pin goes for Sandman on Ryu. But if you dream hard enough, sometimes your heroes, if you wish hard enough on our show anyway, we let them bring them back. And there's a tag to Ken, his tag team partner on the regular. And Ken has taken it to the Sandman. Sandman's not. He's starting to show signs of Sandman, however, is not someone who, is not a lightweight. He can take a punch, a kick, or stuff like that. He's got some great tenacity. He also has a great. He's impeccable to a lot of pain, anyway. Impervious, rather. There's a nice snap there by the Sandman, showing that he still's got some moves. As Ken is up, forearm across the back. Again, folks, the preliminaries go one fall to a finish, but when you get down to the final four, we are indeed going to. We are indeed going to have the final four, and those are going to be our team warfare rules, which means it's elimination style. In case you're wondering what that is, and there's a pin by Ken.
Yeah, it's going to take more than that.
As Ken is all over Sandman.
Tagged in.
Sandman tags in the Raven. We yet to see Rob Van Dam yet. As Ken with a nice spinning back kick to Raven. Raven reverses. Raven's another guy. Doesn't really need a lot of pain. And here comes Rob Van Dam, speaking of which. Here comes a whole up and show himself. Getting him some of Ken of Street Fighters. Nice spinning back kick right there by Rob Van Dam. And Ken sent to the corner again. Rob Van Dam. Oh my.
What a stomp. Good grief.
Rob Van Dam countable in the corner.
Wow, running senton. Man, that's going to hurt.
As Ken now sent to the corner by Rob Van Dam.
Here he goes.
Nice body slam there by Rob Van Dam. Uh-oh. We know what this is. There it is. The split-legged moonsault by Rob Van Dam. And Bison comes in for the save on that one, but Tommy Dreamer showing him why that wasn't a good idea. Rob Van Dam going to the high rate district. And there it is. The 5-star frog splash.
He goes for the cover.
That could be the end.
He breaks the pin. But
Bison comes in and puts an end to that. Rob Van Dam missing a drop kick on Bison. And Ken now sent to the corner. Oh, and nobody home. Ken got out of the ring. Right hand, kick to the knee.
This could end it in a hurry.
Ken's now Rob Van Dam thrown out of the ring. Ken is on the defensive now. And now Ken now using some high aerial maneuvers on Rob Van Dam for a change.
There may be no escaping this fireman's carry. I don't know.
Rob Van Dam has got him in a fireman carry, does Ken, and drops him on the hard part of the apron of the ring here in the Sportsatorium. And Rob Van Dam is all over. And there's a nice kick right there by Rob Van Dam. Minus the chair, that was close to a Van Terminator. I'm sorry, the Van Daminator, sorry. And there's a kick by Ken himself.
It's imperative he gets back in the ring. Yeah, otherwise he's looking at a count out.
It would be a shame if there was a count out. That would be ridiculous. And they're on an 8 count, folks. Is this going to be a double? Oh, Ken gets in. Oh, my.
Come on. Don't have it.
What a bunch of travesty there, folks, as Street Fighters beat ECW in a count out. However, that's an unfortunate thing. You know what, folks? I know that in the wrestling world, that you guys think that's fair, and that's how the other people do it. But sure, we'll let the Street Fighters go forward. But you know what? For the ECW had that match won, I believe, and they did a pretty good fight. Well. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting both guys through. It's going to be a draw.
He was on point the entire match.
Congratulations, Street Fighter. What a bunch of garbage that was. But anyway, of course, in a Team Warfare rules match, folks, there's no pinfalls or there's no countouts. So that's unfortunate. As the Street Fighters will advance. And congratulations to them, folks. Stick around. More action coming your way.